Oh, NCAA, baseball, everybody's trying. How many years in a row have the Dodgers won their division? They're not a dynasty because they only have one World Series, but I mean, how many years in a row? You can't legislate even in sports. People aren't evenly smart, evenly talented, evenly inspired. You can't do it. Kansas City's a dynasty, and they're not going anywhere. They're smarter. They're more talented. I mean, they're very unique. We have not had back-to-back Super Bowl champs since 2004. They're in a very unique spot. Took them a few years to get it all right, but they don't have any holes in their roster. They have no big impending free agent losses. They get the best coach back and the best arguable defensive coordinator back. Mahomes is young, ascending, doesn't have an ego. They have all sorts of young players, fourth most rookie snaps in the NFL. And next season, they get a quirky scheduling break where they get the Bills at home, the Dolphins at home, the Bengals at home, and the Eagles at home. They get a huge scheduling break. So once again, they're going to be playing playoff games at Arrowhead. It was different with the Rams. You could kind of see it coming, right? McVay, Whitworth, Donald, all talking retirement. They pushed all their chips in. They were paying Goff and Matt Stafford. You could see an aging roster. They gave up draft capital. You could see it was a little top-heavy. Top-heavy means in any industry it could topple. The Buccaneers the year before, your quarterback's 45. It's a weird organization. There's no history of sustained greatness. It was an aging roster, and then a bunch of free agents that had to get paid. Kansas City's different. They're different. Tons of rookies who aren't getting paid for years. A quarterback that's the best. A coach that's the best. A defensive coordinator who's seen every offense in the league. Their staff's an A+. The coach an A+. The quarterback an A+. The draft capital, 11 picks. The GM just found a star running back in the 7th round. They don't have any big free agent dollars that are going to screw them. They actually have a pretty good cap space situation. I don't see this going backwards. And I find the AFC is much easier to predict. In fact, this year in the AFC, I not only picked 2 divisions right, I got them perfect, 1 through 4. It's not because I'm smart. It's a quarterback conference now. I can tell you right now, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Kansas City, and Jacksonville are favored to win next year and should be favored to win. They have star quarterbacks. NFC's wild. It's more rosters over quarterbacks. We know San Francisco and Philly are loaded, but if Jalen Hurts gets hurt, this year he did, Minshew came in, Gardner Minshew, they couldn't win games. So this feels very Golden State to me, is that I've got brain power everywhere without a lot of egos. Mahomes and Steph Curry. You get great, but selfless, not a lot of egos, self-deprecating, married, kids. And that's where it all starts. You don't have a lot of egos here. I don't see any holes in the roster. Golden State this year has had a little apathy on the defensive end, but you really think the playoffs come, they're going to be awful. I mean, they've been running this thing back for 9 years. Barring any injuries, they'll be really good again. I just think this organization, quarterback, head coach, GM, ego, what blew up the Lakers dynasty, you know, if you start looking at what blows stuff up, it's apathy, it's ego. You can't sustain it because a lot of times you have a bad owner or a goofy owner. You look at the Warriors and you look at the Chiefs, it looks the same to me. The Steelers' Cam Heyward, an excellent player. He was on a podcast. He does not like that rugby scrum the Philadelphia Eagles now use 6 or 7 times a game. That's an automatic first down. I don't necessarily have a problem with anything that's an automatic first down, but the NFL has a history of not wanting things that are automatic. A great example is the PAT. The PAT was automatic, like 98%. The NFL said that's boring. Let's move the PAT back. It's now not automatic. They want the kickoffs to mostly go out of the end zone. But they don't make it too easy to avoid violence, right? That's a lot of injuries on the kickoff. But they don't make it an automatic. There are still returns. It's still a big kick. PAT, move it back. We don't want automatic. This is an automatic first down. The NFL has a history on this. They want to keep you in front of the TV set. They don't want things to be easy or you can't defend them. It's not a Philly thing. The Eagles, like a good accountant, found a loophole in the system, and now it's up to the IRS/the NFL to react to it. This happens all the time in business. It happens all the time in sports. It's not appealing optically or aesthetically. It's ugly. It's rugby. Nobody watches rugby. Nothing against rugby players. But the NHL, remember when they removed the ban on two-line passing? Why? More scoring. They wanted stars. Major League Baseball just got rid of the defensive shift. Why? Because they want more base runners, more activity, more offense. It was stifling offense. The NBA got rid of the hand check. It was stifling offense. The reality about this, it's not pretty, and if you don't put a stop to it, by next year, you're going to have 90% of the league. I mean, hell, the league copied the Wildcat, snapping a ball to a running back. You're going to have 95% of the league doing this a half a dozen times a game. And it's not pretty, and television pays all the bills. I know you think you sitting in the stands pays the bills. No, it doesn't. It's TV, because they can average out to a higher income for the TV viewers than they can actual butts in the seats. It's a long story. It's boring. But in the end, TV rules it. That's not good television. The defensive shift, not good TV. Since it's been implemented, TV ratings went down. The hand check, again, you stifled offense. The NFL's a copycat league. They're always tweaking. They did it with a PAT. They did it with a catch. It's ugly. It's going to be copied. And let's be honest about it. It's too automatic. If you can't stop something, it's not in the spirit of the game. I know, Philadelphia, the Phillies lose a World Series. The Eagles lose. Everybody's picking on you. You deserve credit. You have found a loophole in the system. And accountants do it. It's what they're paid to do. Find loopholes. The good ones can do it. And then the IRS reacts. They even say it in like Olympic sports. The cheaters always beat the testers. And then eventually the testers catch up to the cheaters. This is not cheating, but I don't think it's good in the spirit of the game. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.